What I'm going to do now is show you how you can use a tree diagram to show all of the outcomes from a multi-step event. So in our course we're only going to look at two-step events, but you could use this with three-step events or multi-step events. So let's use our previous example and say that we're going to have three letters, D, O, G, in a bag, and we're going to gradually pull those out and we're going to work out what the possible outcomes are, what our sample space is. So the way to do a tree diagram is to simply start with a dot, and then because we're going to either choose a D, an O or a G, we're going to have three branches on the initial part of our tree diagram. And at the end of those, we're going to put the possible outcomes from our first selection. So this first column shows the first letter selected. Now once we've chosen the D, if we're not replacing the letters, we only have two more possibilities. So our two more possibilities on the D would be the O or the G. If we've chosen the O, the only two possibilities left in the bag are there could be a D or there could be a G. If we've chosen the G, the only two possibilities are that we pull out the D or the O on our next attempt. And so you can see now we've got branches of our tree which show the possibilities. And so then we just need to list the sample space. So our first option was a D and an O, which is going to be DO. Our second option was a DG. Our third option was an OD. Our fourth option was OG. Our fifth option was GD. And our last option was GO. And so you can see here we've listed all of the possible outcomes of choosing two letters out of a bag from the letters G, O, D. Now if you had more options, all you would do is expand your tree. If you chose a third letter, then all you'd do is you'd expand from each of these branches an extra option as well. And so you can use this to show the outcomes from multi-step events, the possible outcomes from multi-step events.